Hey, hello. Welcome to Simon's. I don't know why I use British voice. Simon, Simon. No, but welcome to my podcast. And in this podcast, I'm going to talk about what is happening in my life. And I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, and then the rest of it I'll upload to TikTok and other platforms, Facebook maybe, I don't know. But yeah, let's get into it. So I'll talk about a little bit what I'm doing right now. So right now I am actually starting e-commerce for beverages for sleep and relaxation. And yeah, the thing is, I've been I just did a fast of like 2 weeks. Also, I get into the e-commerce later, but I'll start with this. So I had a little bit of problems, with motivation and things like that. Us Gen Zers were just on our phones and all that. And yeah, well, essentially, I've been trying to, you know, I've been trying to uh, improve some habits that I have, or drop negative habits. And there was somebody who said, I don't remember. I think it was Imam. I don't remember his name, but I'll link to his YouTube channel. But I think he's the one who says you just have to drop the negative habits. I think there's a lot of people who said that, but or even Gary Vaynerchuk also, I think, have said that you most of the work is just dropping the negative habits. And it's so true. It's so true. Most of what motivation is just dropping the negative habits. Mindless scrolling, eating poorly, eating too much and eating junk food, and stop stop masturbating, having mindless sex, everything that the monks are doing. So they're actually essentially just meditating, which is essentially just doing nothing, or like just being with yourself. And then you'll find that there was enormous amounts of energy inside you. You just been spending it on weird is like ugh. You'll be like repelled by most of this stuff, and it's gonna be scary. Being motivated by other things than what you've been already. And essentially where that is going to pan out to is you becoming a better human being, feeling better essentially. And when you do, you're gonna accomplish more, and that's what you want. I think that's what you want. If you follow me, that I think that's what you want. And my channel is gonna be, or my social media, I'm very, very interested in health, and whether that be spiritual, physical, or mental health. It's all really important, and for me and for you as well, because hey, you're also dependent on your health. And my other interests are business and being of service. That's how I see it. But that ties into health. But being of service, business, that's what I want to do through my business, being of service. And social skills, just being able to communicate better, which makes being of service and the health part so much easier. It makes everything. It's like it's your vehicle for traveling through the world. So if you do not have the communication skills, you'll not be able to, do whatever it is you want. But a little bit, what I said was I fasted for 2 weeks. And during this fast, I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of the fast. So my fast were for 2 weeks, and I decided to do this fast, not on a whim, but I like saw a video of like a sacred process in the body, which is called sacred secretion. You can look it up. I'll link to that too. And essentially, what it is the biological process of enlightenment, or that's what they say. And I've done fast previously, and they said that fasting is beneficiary to, because you want to save up as much energy as possible. And when you fast, you do not, because approximately 50 or plus percent, depending on what you eat, it goes to processing or digesting your food. And you want to save up as much energy as possible when this process of the sacred secretion is undergone. So I wanted, and also I was sick, and you want to free up as much energy when you're sick so that your body can heal as fast as possible. So I decided to fast, but I just wanted to fast like 3 days or something, just to kick off the cold, essentially. And when I got to the second day or something like that, because I started watching fasting videos, and and they essentially said you gotta fast like 40 days. I was like, whoa, because if you don't, it's another YouTube channel that I watch. I started watching, can't remember, John St. Julian, and I watched Lauren Lockman, which are big fasting proponents. No, fasting. What's the name? Well, they do fasting, and fasting promoters, and essentially they said you got to do, or you don't have to do, but to get the most out of it, you got to do 40 days. And I was like, 40 days. I just started fast, and I'm like, just learned about like 40 days. No, what the fuck? But I'm as like a person, I'm pretty, I get pretty when I set my mind to something, I just run towards it, So I was like, maybe 40 days, maybe not 40 days, I'll see. And then I landed eventually at 3 weeks that I wanted to do. Well, I didn't do that, but I get to that later. But after this, the first days were the most awful. I had headaches, and I had, I was just so tired. It was like I was tired, but I couldn't sleep because I had a headache. And they say the process is, so the first 3 days is like you get abstinence for food. So it's the same as with drugs. And when that's all been run off, you get into a more lighter stage, and you are able to think more clearly, and everything is going great after 3 days, or approximately. It can be more or less for other people. And then after these 3 days, or after like I think a week, and for me at least, or a week or 8 days, it started all over again, and I got a lot of anxiety. So I didn't get the physical like I did in the first, but I got a lot of mental, or emotional I got really emotional after 8 days, and it just came in waves like, and it was really intense. But I'd say I was being purified, uh, and from uh, a lot of the, I think, in my view, it is all the shit that you put in your body and it's coming out and it's affecting your mood. And also, yeah, and that includes thoughts, words, actions, food, drugs, alcohol, everything negative is going to come out, and it's gonna have a lot of fucking impact. So what that did was, it after, like, I think it was 12 or 13 days, I was able to, because I was holding on for dear life with these emotions. And, I just let go. I was like, you know what? This is stupid. What the fuck? What am I doing? And I let go of, trying to get rid of the emotions. That's what I did. And then I just realized, and I felt like I got sucked up because I was meditating, and I felt like I got sucked up, and in my mind, I saw myself, I could observe, all that was happening from a third eye perspective, so to speak, because it wasn't the third eye. It was just that I was aware of everything, of my thoughts, my emotions, and essentially that was me letting go, I think, for the first time. So, for me, fasting was very, very spiritual. For someone else, fasting could be, very physical, because it heals a lot of, your physical conditions, and it's really, really good at, cleaning out the pipe, so to speak. No, but you clean out everything that you do not want to have in your body, but you still need like a 40-day fast, I think, depending on. No, you don't need it, but you should, because, or you look. I'm not an expert. Read the material of Dr. Herbert M. Shelton if you want to learn more. And this is the guy that I think John St. Julian also has has read from, and used the information. That's my experience of fasting from the spiritual side. So how did I do it? I did the fast by, mostly staying in bed or meditating. And I drank, if I felt thirsty, I drank water. That's what I did during the fast. And the reason, because I stopped the fast when I got, this, when I was able to let go, essentially. And the thing was, when I was able to let go, I was like, for me it was spiritual, so I was like, I don't need the 3 weeks. Maybe I would have gotten something more out of it, but I felt like I wanted to start eating, and I think that was the right call to start eating again. You gotta take it very, 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 very slow when you start eating again, because it's really dangerous. I can't stress this enough. It's really, really, really dangerous. You can die if you eat the wrong things when you stop the fast. And if you're not careful, because I did it very, very slowly. I did it like, one leaf, one leaf. I just did leaves for the first, I don't know, maybe 2 days. I did soup with leaves No, 1.5 days. No, I know. I started. Yeah, I think I started eating solids at the end of the first day. But you gotta feel this out with your body. So I ended at 2 weeks. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, and you gotta take it really, really slow. Because I don't know. There's a story, about when the Nazis or when the Jews left the concentration camps, and all these nice. I think I don't know. These families, you wanted to feed these people who left the concentration camps, but the people didn't know that you can't just start, and they fed them a lot, because they wanted to be nice, they wanted to give, they had just been through something extremely traumatic and horrible, so they wanted to give them something, a lot of food and a lot of good food. But like we say in Swedish, it was a beer's favor. Thomas Swedish people are there. And they actually, a lot of them died because their digestive tract couldn't digest the food, and it has something to do with the electrolytes also. But essentially, a lot of people died because of that. So you gotta be careful when you're dealing with this stuff, because if you don't, you're gonna, in the best case, you're gonna experience extreme digestive discomfort, but in the worst case, you might die. So I just want to stress that. I want to stress that you need to be careful when fasting. It is an extremely powerful tool, extremely, when you're doing it right. But when you're doing it wrong, it can be extremely dangerous. So know your stuff. I've read up about this. Do your research too. And that is about, so that's how I did it. And I'll talk more about how exactly what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna do another one pretty soon. I'm doing intermittent fasting right now, and that is for my mental energy and focus, and also to be able to, it will free up as much energy as possible during the workday, because, and also to get to be able to meditate. And I've done, and also now I'm going only on a fruit diet, a strictly fruit diet, or fruit and vegetable. I've been derelict in my duties, so to speak, because I went now to Cyprus for vacation, and I did some cheating, and there's nothing wrong with falling off the path, and eating wrong things and doing wrong things, as long because I see it as you test out, is this the right course, and then you test out and you fall off, and it's not falling off because you realize that this is not the way, and you just went the wrong way, so you turn back and go. You just have to start over again, start over, but you start where you left off, because you can fall off as many times as you want. You still be on it, you don't. It's falling off. It's just an illusion. You're not falling off. It's just stalling. It's just waiting. And time doesn't exist, so whatever. It doesn't even matter. As Ram Dass says, people asked him, how long should I grieve? Well, how long have you grieved? Well, I've grieved for 6 weeks. Well, go grieve some more. What it means is you can't just deny what you say. If you want, to eat your fucking junk food, go and eat it. Eat it till you're dead. Whatever. Go eat it till you die. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's the simple truth, Whatever you want to do it. And when you realize it isn't good for you any longer, then you'll stop. And it's just come naturally. You don't have to worry. Everything that you should be doing, you are doing. Because it is teaching you that it's wrong, either slowly, or it is teaching you, or you're on the right path, or you're doing the right thing, but it's all the same. It doesn't matter.